There's no better feeling than hitting the open road with your gun dogs. The truck is packed full of gear. With everything you need for the adventure ahead. Lincoln and Jones know the minute I start packing for a trip. Their excitement fuels mine. And we point the truck in every direction on the search for wild birds. In this case, we head north to the Uplander's paradise. This is Western wild bird hunting at its finest. This is wild upland. With a truck full of two anxious bird dogs and eyes on the horizon, my adventure takes me past the Wasatch Range and up into the wide open spaces of Idaho. So I'm heading up here to hunt near Boise, Idaho with my friend Tom Loy. He runs tallgrass Gordon setters. He's a breeder of Gordon setters. Beautiful type of bird dog. Black and tan setter, big range, wide-ranging bird dogs. Met him early on when I first moved out here, and he's been a great resource for me. So I try to get up here about once a year to hunt with him and just talk shop with him, and haven't seen him in about a year, so really looking forward to it.
Hello, Kelly.
What's up, Tom?
It's been a long time.
Haven't seen you since last year, huh?
Yeah. How are you?
Good, how are you?
All right.
How's everything going?
Oh, it's going good, Been finding a few birds and getting the dogs out, chasing them around a little bit.
Quail and Huns?
Yep. Hopefully we'll find a few.
Nice, and you got that new litter on the ground,
Yeah,
huh?
you want to go see them?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, all right. I have had a lot of bird dogs in my life. I had 3 short hairs, English pointer, English setter, Brittany, and a plethora of labs. And I never really found one that would settle to my liking. And I got a Gordon in 1989, and I've never looked back. And I've had Gordons ever since. Hey, girl.
So it's really cool hunting Idaho because there's a lot of different upland bird species in Idaho. Particularly around Boise, where we hunt with Tom, we can get into valley quail, we can get into chukar, or we can get into Hungarian partridge. So, depending on where we hunt, or we decide to do, we could get into all 3, we could get in 1 or 2 species. It's a really cool place to hunt.
This lava rock that we have, it's all over the place, and it's really tough on dogs' feet. I live in it, my dogs are used to it all the time, and their feet are pretty tough already. But when people come to this country from elsewhere, it makes it, they should bring boots, they should toughen their dogs' feet, put ointment on them, things that do stuff to them that would make their feet a lot tougher.
Here's one. Not the smartest bird in the ship, but there you go, good shot.
Yeah, thank you.
California quail, or quail in general, are like little firebirds. When they bust from their cubbies, they just go kind of popcorn everywhere. So we were able to see where some landed. Luckily, one popped up for us, and Tom made a really good shot, so good stuff. Those little dogs got it. I really enjoy hunting with Tom and over his Gordon setters. You know, it's a very unique breed, one you don't see a whole lot. They're a really cool bird dog to watch. I'm really excited about getting to run Jones with them because, you know, he's still young, and so for him to get to work with older dogs who are really good at finding birds and just, you know, really professional dogs, it's a good thing for me to get to run him with them. And I also enjoy just seeing Tom's dogs work. They're big ranging dogs. They find a lot of birds and they hold birds. It's actually really cool to see them range 500 yards and go on point, and by the time you get there, they are rock steady.
Wild Upland is brought to you by Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. And by Browning, the best there is. Fiocchi, your upland ammo for every pursuit. Onyx, know where you stand. Lucky Duck, loyalty goes both ways.
First time I knew I was going to be a bird dog guy, I was down in Alabama, and a bunch of pointers locked up at the base of this power pole. And all the men, there was probably 3 or 4 men crowded around and smoking a cigarette. And one guy grabs a cigarette out of his mouth and puts it on the ground and steps in. He says, "It's about time we flush these birds, boys." So we walked in and I shot my first quail. I knew I was going to be a bird dog guy.
Tom Loy of Tallgrass Gordon Setters is a bird dog guy to the core. And he starts prepping these dogs when they're just still pups with a unique and proven way to start building a more resilient bird dog.
Let me grab a pup here. All right. All right. The first thing I do is hold him up like this, 3 to 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then flat on their back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then completely upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I take this Q-tip and I put it between their toes like this. Then I put them out. This is a really cold washcloth, and it's wet. And then I let them crawl off of it, or give them a reasonable amount of time to get stressed.
Okay. Now you do this when they're 3 days old.
3
right?
to 16 days old.
Okay.
And then I put them here, and then I do the next one.
Now, of course, they're crying, but we're not hurting them in any way.
No, they're stressing them, and it stresses the adrenal gland and the pituitary gland, and it, in theory, makes them handle stress better.
I was excited before I came because Tom had told me that his dog was going to be whelping soon, and hopefully around the time that I had planned to come up and hunt with him. And really cool to see a litter on the ground, and she actually whelped 3 days before I was to come, and so it was also really unique for me because then I could see Tom do his super puppy program, which he uses on all of his litters that helps his dogs handle stress better later in life. And we've written about it before in the magazine, and so it was really cool. I was excited to be able to see that in person. These Gordon Setters will be ranging far in the coming years. And, just like Tom's other dogs we hunt over today, the Super Puppy program is their very first taste of training for a life afield. Not very much cover, huh?
No, Huns, people think that Huns, they're used to pheasant hunting and they hunt that thick stuff.
Yeah.
Huns don't like that.
No, they're like...
No.
I always tell people when you hunt Huns, you see that over there, just go walk.
Yeah.
They're in there somewhere.
They're like grizzly bears, you know, and they are where they are.
Yeah.
But you see the rocks, they like rocks and they like thin cover. I think they like to see where they're
Danger's
at.
coming, yeah.
Yeah. Like to see people come in, see predators coming.
That's cool.
So, but anyway, let's see if we can find some. Quail and Huns, they move around a little bit based on the snow. I expected to see quite a few quail down in the bottoms, and we only saw just a few tracks. Previously, before the snow, there were a bunch in there. There was a couple hundred in there. So obviously the snow moved them around a bit. They might move to heavier cover, they might move into the rocks. The rocks seem to hold heat, and they like that, keeps them warmer. Also, the green grass establishes first in the rocks. The more moisture condensed into the soil. So that's something to consider when there's snow on the ground. Oh, there goes one.
There they go. Good boy. Good. Just one. So wild upland bird hunting, you know, when that bird falls, sometimes your dog may not have marked it. And Jones, he retrieves. He doesn't retrieve to hand, but he's very good at retrieving when he sees the bird go down. But if he doesn't see it go down, it's very important to keep your eyes locked on the point where you mark that bird yourself. And you kind of have to become your own bird dog in a sense. So every time I upland bird hunt, if I shoot a bird, I'm not worried about where the next one's popping out. I'm keeping my eyes locked on where that bird went down, because sometimes I may have to find the bird myself. And in this type of terrain, these birds, you know, they blend in with their environment. And so sometimes you're looking around and it's camouflaged. And so all of us come together and convene and find the bird that had gone down. Idaho, California quail. Beautiful birds. I love that top knot.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That was cool. He was much more methodical up there. Did you see him?
Yeah, I saw him slow down. And
he pointed one, it flushed, and then this one flushed wild.
Yeah.
One just flushed off of here, too.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, that's why I thought it might have been. Maybe I didn't hit it hard enough.
Oh.
Another one.
Cool.
Such cool birds.
They are beautiful.
Beautiful birds.
The cold and wet conditions, the lava rock, and ranging over miles of terrain all forced me to make the tough decision to give Jones a rest for the afternoon's hunt. His heart is ready for more, but this pup's ready for a nap.
How about you rest? We'll go get a truck stop steak. Stagecoach, baby. It's been here since 1869. I had said to you while we were out in the field, like, it was a pretty unusual spot for all those quail, but you said they're always there.
Yeah, pretty typical. Most people find quail down in the river bottoms and creek beds and stuff, and it's pretty thick stuff.
Yeah, I'm used to hunting them in river bottoms and not up in that sagebrush stuff. But to me, that was Hun country.
Yeah. We got pretty lucky finding those quail up there. It's a lot of fun.
I thought the dogs did really well today.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go wrong with, how many quail do you think we saw? Probably 200?
Yeah, that was pretty close to the 200.
This afternoon, you want to hit a new spot?
Yep. Place out on BLM. It's been traditionally pretty good.
Huns?
Yep. Find a few coveys of Huns there and can chase them around a little bit.
Our public lands are one of America's greatest gifts. Across the country, but especially in the West, the upland hunter can access millions of acres to chase wild birds. But little by little, that habitat is being chipped away.
There's a lot of public land. I think it's 73% public land in Idaho.
Just in casual conversation yesterday, Tom was telling me about how a development is going to be moving in here soon. And it kind of made me really sad, because Tom really does live in this perfect place where he can literally hunt out his back door. And so it makes me worried. It makes me worried for the future of hunting and for the future of just our public lands. Last season, it was funny. I was texting Tom. And I don't know if you remember this. We were talking about we hadn't found a lot of birds in Utah. The bird numbers in Utah aren't as great as in Idaho. So we come to Idaho quite a bit. And I was texting Tom. I'm like, hey, you found any birds? He's like, oh no, we went out a couple hours and we only ran into like 8 cubbies. And I'm like, 8 cubbies? That's like a whole season for me in Utah. Okay, Tom.
Go. Oh my God.
I could see him running. I couldn't tell if they were Huns or quail, though. I couldn't see them.
Oh, it was quail anyway.
Good stuff.
It's a nice, that's a beautiful bird.
Beautiful bird. Fun bird.
Yeah. Well, good shooting. Congrats.
Thank you. Yesterday we were able to get into a honey hole of valley quail. I mean, I've probably never seen so many birds in one day before. They just kept getting into covey after covey and they kept popcorning everywhere. At one point we almost called it chaos because there were so many birds that it became to the point where I was like, I don't even think we should shoot anymore because we don't know where everyone is. We don't know where the dogs are. They just kept popping up. And it was funny, it was coming yesterday to the end of the day and we were ready to go back to the truck and dogs just kept going on point. And of course, when your dog goes on point, you can't really call him off a point because it's not the best of training. So we kept having, 200 yards this way, 200 yards this way. And it was fun. We were laughing about it because we were in so many good, birds and just great dog work. But again, it was awesome hunting. We found Huns and we found quail and you can't ask for a better experience. With an evening's rest, it's time to put Jones back in the game. The chance to work alongside Tom Loy and his outstanding Gordons means both Jones and I are learning every step of the way. Tom's dogs are like black specks on the horizon. You know, they're like little lightnings. Jones is white lightning, but man, these dogs, I think I called them thunderstorm yesterday because they're just huge ranging dogs and they do that on purpose. They do that to find birds way out, yonder. And it's really cool to see them go because they're not just hunting for themselves, they're hunting for Tom, but they know that they need to reach out and touch some distance in order to find those birds. And it's even cooler to see a dog that reaches out that far and holds point. They're not creeping in, they hold that point all the way until they know Tom's coming, and they hold it even when you walk past them. It's actually a really cool thing to see, and it's really, really good dog work. There they go. They're running.
Whoop, whoa. Whoa.
They ran across the fence.
Did they cross the fence?
Yeah. I really enjoy coming to Idaho. I call it an uplander's paradise. I only live really 3 hours from the border, and so sometimes I'll even take a day trip up just to bird hunt because the numbers in Idaho of upland birds compared to Utah is just astronomical. Good boy, good boy. Bad shooting. It's always a good time hunting with Tom. We always have such a good time, and it's so good to see his Gordons run. And every year that I come up here and hunt with him makes me want a Gordon just a little bit more. So maybe in the next few litters, Tom will hold a male for me or something. But always enjoy coming up here, and I really appreciate my friendship with Tom and his insight and his help with Gun Dog and the magazine, and can't wait for our next experience together. Touch it up. Good. Come now. Good boy.